Yeah, okay, so Racel, so you're familiar. I'm not. I have not heard about this. Um, I didn't watch the Video Game Awards. I had absolutely zero interest in the VGAs, so I was not even aware of this game's existence or the trailer for it. Um, so I'm kind of curious how the intergalactic trailer is extremely cringe and how it quote unquote ended Naughty Dog and how it's virtue signaling. I I don't know. Let's find out, shall we?
Hey, what's up, guys? Rev here. So,
Hey,
2 days
Rev.
ago, we saw the conclusion of 2024's The Game Awards, and there was a lot going on there, a lot of gaming news that we're going to cover today, but a lot of it shows that people in the industry have absolutely no connection to what gamers want in the year 2024. And this first story really proves that. So, one of the biggest stories for a lot of
Okay.
wrong reasons was the release, the first look at Naughty Dog's Intergalactic. Now, as that Park Place points out in this headline, there is a lot.
Okay. Hmm. Now, I hope that there's more to dislike versus just having this singular female character with a shaved head. Because if it's not more than this, I'm assuming it is. If it's not more than this, I don't see the problem, honestly. I don't see what the big deal is. I'm guessing there's a hell of a lot more. I'm just.
Of
First blush.
negativity surrounding this already. Naughty Dog disables comments for Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet trailer, as dislike ratio explodes. Now, there's a lot of issues with this trailer, but one of the biggest sore spots and most obvious ones is right in front of us, but we'll talk about this character in just a
Okay.
second. A lot of people are looking at this like dislike ratio and they're smelling blood in the water. I mean, this dislike ratio over.
I'm gonna be blatantly honest here. This. So what? This is almost an even split between both of them. That's almost an even split. My first blush thought, this does not spell disaster, having an almost even 50-50 split, because don't forget, the extension for showing the dislikes is based off an algorithm. It is not definitive and it is not expressly accurate. So it feels like this might actually be almost a 50-50 split of likes to dislikes, which is not bad. We've seen games come out in recent memory far worse than this. And thank you for the tier 1 Falcon. Thank you. Yeah, exactly, Dressa. Like, this is, like, okay, and especially with the dislike ratio, this is almost even. This is actually about what you would expect from any average game in terms of like to dislike ratio. This is honestly what you'd expect. And it is not indicative that this is a grossly disliked trailer. It's not, flat out. Now, I'm hoping Rez actually shows the trailer and I can get a more clear idea of it. But this isn't a failure. This isn't like gamers are rejecting a woke virtue signaling or anything like that. This is not it, fam. It's not. No, it doesn't actually gain access to any backend data or anything like that stuff. It's basically, I forget exactly how it works off of it. It works off like an algorithmic basis in some way. It's not actually accessing dislikes on YouTube. It's not reaching into the back data of YouTube for the dislikes. It's algorithmically based. I forget exactly how it works, but it's not accurate. So
Took the like ratio on both trailers within mere hours. And also, as a response to that, the comment section on both of these have been disabled, which is not a very good look. And a lot of people are looking at what's going on with this game, and they're seeing some possible virtue signaling with the choice of main character. And they're saying, is it time to put down Naughty Dog? No pun intended, but we've seen this story play out before, multiple times in the year 2024.
I want to see the trailer before I make any kind of judgment here.
Falling off so bad and making choices that show they have.
Well, okay. Comments being turned off. Again, depending upon what the trailer looks like, people are just going to shitpost on video game comments out regardless. Because the video game industry has burned gamers so completely over the last decade, honestly, that people are going to shitpost any new game. Whether or not it's justified, no clue. I have no idea if any of the shitposting is justified. We haven't seen the trailer yet. But gamers have been burned so often, they're kind of defaulting to this game is going to, if it's a major company, there's kind of like this default response now of we're going to shit on it. And whether or not this game deserves it, we'll see in a moment, hopefully. But it has become sort of like the default or the gut reflex response of most gamers. Because every major game studio has burned gamers in the last decade, and they just don't trust it. So, is it possible that something could be getting read into the trailer when it may or may not actually exist? Possibly. Are they dead on the money, and this is going to be a shit DEI fest? Also possible. Let me find out.
No pulse as to what gamers want in the year 2024. And like I said, we're going to be focusing on the main protagonist here, who is causing a lot of head scratching.
Okay.
Yes, in the year 2024, gamers were...
Okay. If this is... Right off the jump, I'm not seeing a huge issue with... Well, it's tatted up. I've seen far worse in terms of tats. I'm still not seeing anything here that is making me say, okay, the hatred is deserved. By these stills alone, graphically speaking, it looks nice. It does. Graphically speaking, this looks nice. It tells me nothing about the character, so I'm basing it solely on how the graphics look. The graphics look nice. Who knows, Revan? I mean, we've seen female characters with shaved heads that are, I'm guessing she's military. And yeah, could be a tomboy or just a soldier. Like a diehard soldier. A diehard female soldier. I don't think the head shape's too circular, McGargoyle. Honestly, I don't. The head shape is fine, honestly. Like, I actually see some cranial definition there that's actually pretty decent.
Really pushing for a bald-headed, muscular, sassy minority.
Wait. I'm pausing so much, I'm sorry. Wait, Gore, you're saying people are hating because of how androgynous she is, not pretty like the girl from the Dragon Tattoo? Have they seen the original girl from the girl with the dragon tattoo? They only made her pretty in the remake. The original girl with the dragon tattoo, she was kinda horse-faced in the original film. So, if they're judging it based upon the remake, they need to look at the original first. No, she was pretty in the remake. In the original, I'll see if I can find a side-by-side comparison after the video. The original, I did not see the whole movie. I've seen some of the original movie. I didn't find the character attractive, but she wasn't supposed to be attractive. She was supposed to be, smart. She was a hacker. So her looks were immaterial, honestly.
As the main protagonist in the game. And a lot of people on Twitter get upset for someone pointing that out.
I see nothing wrong with
that's not a good character choice if you want to succeed in the current market, but it's just the reality. A lot of people look at this as virtue signaling. This is just Naughty Dog trying to get some brownie points for including a character like this at the very least, but it also shows that they have no idea what gamers want. There was an interesting story coming out recently about Marvel Rivals, which
Okay.
has succeeded very well since its release, but the creator came out and said, "Oh, I had no idea whether or not this game was going to succeed." And a lot of gamers looked at Marvel Rivals and they were sure it was going to do well. Maybe not to the level that it did, but it was
Hey,
very obvious. Sometimes the optics make things very clear. If a game looks good, it's probably going to do pretty well. If it has certain very minimal boxes checked for gamers. And a lot of people are looking at this
sure.
and yeah, they know it's going to go poorly, but that whole anecdote with Marvel Rivals shows that a lot of these creators and these developers, they don't have a sense of what the pulse of the community is, what the pulse
Well, and I mean, Zab, I mean, I wouldn't even consider her like muscular. She's toned. She's certainly very toned. I wouldn't call her quote unquote muscular. Yeah, so Naomi Rapace in the Swedish original, I could be misremembering, but Naomi Rapace was not was not like conventionally attractive like Rooney Mara was in the remake. Like Rooney Mara, if I remember correctly, could be considered conventionally attractive, but Naomi Rapace, if I'm remembering correctly, really wasn't. But again, I could be misremembering.
of gamers are. They have no idea what gamers actually want. You know, it's very obvious to people who are following these things, but it's not obvious to these people in these high up positions. Maybe it's the result of wokeism, or maybe they're in a echo chamber and it's just they're so disconnected from gamers, but they just don't have a
Yeah,
pulse of
let me.
what
Neither do
gamers
I.
actually want. Because if Naughty Dog and Neil Druckmann and these parties had any idea what's been going on in the year 2024, they would never release a character like this as the main protagonist. It's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. And again, we got another example too with this character of uglification, where an actor
Um, I don't know about that. Hang on. Okay, it looks like they did take away some definition from her cheeks here. Compared to the model. So her cheeks are more defined. And they're a little bit more rounded here. You're kind of seeing it here a bit. But honestly, yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of uglification here. Honestly, like okay, when you compare this with what they did for Star Wars Outlaws, that was uglification. This is not. They did some redefining here. Yeah, they may have added like 10 pounds of muscle, and they filled out the cheeks a bit, it looks like. It's interesting though that, yeah, the character does look Asian. I Is she Asian, or is she perhaps? I don't know if she's Asian or not. It's actually a little tough for me to tell. Um, yeah, Alex, yeah, could be mixed African American and Asian, which is fine. The character model certainly looks Asian, but I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with Rev on this one. The jaw is slightly wider. I don't consider this uglification. I don't. This is and yes, I'm bouncing back and forth. Compared to the model, I don't think this is uglifying her. I really don't. Yeah, she's not as attractive in the game. You know, her game version is not attractive as her in real life, but they obviously made her slightly thicker for muscles. You know, to make her lean and muscular. It's not, but she's not been uglified. Revan, that's possible. If they didn't shave her head, maybe. Yeah. Oh, without question. Not even the voice actress. It's she's the model. She's not simply the voice actress. She's the model that they used. African American father, half Korean, half African American mother. Okay, makes perfect sense. Uh, yes. Does the actual actress look more attractive? Certainly, absolutely, she does. She definitely looks more attractive. But I don't consider this. She wasn't uglified. We've seen uglified. This is not uglified.
And we got
No way.
another example too with this character of uglification, where an actress has a character based on her, and the character for the game is a downgrade. Like, I'm sorry, the actress looks infinitely better than this character. Like, I don't care how much coping and seething Twitter does. In fact, a lot of people think you're offensive for pointing out this is a downgrade in terms of from the actress to the character based on her.
Well, okay, here she looks better. The actress looks better than the character because the actress is made up. She's stylish. She's got better lighting. The character is obviously not someone who's fashionable. The character is not someone who is an actress. The character, I'm guessing, is a hard-boiled fighter or something like that, who doesn't care about putting on makeup and wearing fashionable clothes. But the side-by-side comparison, yeah, the character is not as presented as attractively as the actress is, but the character's not ugly. I'm gonna, like, people may at the shit out of me in the comments when I post this on YouTube. I don't find this character ugly. The character's not as attractive as the model, but it's not ugly either. And again, what is the context of the character? What kind of character is she? What kind of life does this character lead? Does that contribute to the look? All of this is context that needs to be had. Context is key. You're not going to have a fucking fashion model as a soldier, as a bounty hunter, as an assassin. Well, maybe as an assassin, but like as a bounty hunter or as a soldier or as anything of that like nature, you're not going to be a fucking fashion mom. So, please, dear God, play the trailer out.
But what I think is really offensive is uglifying these characters. I don't get why female actresses, in particular black women, have this happen all the time. I find that offensive. If you think the late Chud gamers are just mad because this is a minority character, a black woman, that's
Okay.
not.
Lady Dimitrescu was not a soldier, and she was not a bounty hunter. Lady Dimitrescu was an aristocrat. So of course she looked gorgeous. She was an aristocrat. Laura Croft Laura Croft is Laura Croft. And she wasn't a bounty hunter also. She was a Tomb Raider. She was a quasi archaeologist. Samus? It's fucking Nintendo. Samus is science fiction. So
Not it. It's virtue signaling. This design also just isn't very good. Look at the way these chud racist gamers are responding to Marvel Rivals, which has several black female characters in it. They're thirsting after those characters. They like them because they're well-designed characters. They're not trying to basically be soft and not be too bold with their designs. They want to have these really virtue signal-based designs to push whatever they're trying to do here. People are tired of this signaling. It's just exhausting. And
the vibe I got from the trailer was women good, men bad. Her and her female handler are going after some man who is hiding on some planet that had some scary thing happen. And she was very girl bossing the whole time that even her handler seemed done with her cheer 100.
Okay, well, Andrew, that's why I'm hoping we see the trailer, because again, the context there is key. The looks alone, the look of this character alone is nowhere even close to being enough for me to say, okay, this is going to be shit. Just the look. We need the trailer, so we need context for characterization.
Speaking of signaling, unfortunately, it looks like the voice actor who's starring this character is a bit of an activist.
Hell?
Here is an interview with her.
Wait. Okay, I'll let us see if you can place it.
Recently.
And then as far as with non-binary and transgender,
Hey,
I
fuck.
hope that we just start seeing that the future is here whether we like it or not. We need to not just accept it, but embrace it. Embracing something and seeing not only the beauty of it in it, but the way that it contributes to the world and contributes into the way that anybody of any gender, race, creed, color can form their identity and can walk through the world with pride and their chin up high, like I think is so important for the generation coming behind us.
Is she seriously talking about non-binary and transgender when she's standing here in an outfit with her tits out? Really? You're gonna be doing an interview talking about we need to tout non-binary transgender
What
people.
the hell is even that?
And she's standing here in an outfit that's she's literally got her tits out. Like, God bless you if you want to wear this outfit where you're exposing your breasts to such a degree like this. God bless you for that. But you're gonna be doing that and also espousing about non-binary and transgender people. This little speech of hers is not doing her any favors. I don't even fucking know. But then she's got like the eye makeup and okay. This little interview she did is not helping the cause. I'm trying to be open-minded here. I am trying to be open-minded about this game. This is not helping her cause. Now, again, we have had games where I think Ghosts of Yotei being a prime example. The game itself looks phenomenal. The story looks like it's going to be pretty fucking good. And the lead voice actress made a really stupid-ass DEI statement, which thankfully is not detracting from the game itself. So, your lead actress being a complete dumb fuck does not necessarily mean that the game is going to be bad. I'm going to say that I'm still going to benefit of the doubt this because we have not seen anything from the game yet. Her being a dumbass and an activist doesn't mean that necessarily the game is going to be bad. So I'm gonna let this cook some more. She's cooking herself right here, but I'll let it keep going.
Awesome. Well, a lot of people might agree with that. A lot of people might want to hear that, but a lot of gamers are going to hear that and identify as non-binary. Okay, a lot of people just don't want to hear any of this, and they smell trouble when they have someone like that who's in the main role of a game where they're playing a character that sounds just like the type of character they would be assigned to, and it's going to be a lot of virtue signaling ahead. But Reddit is not having it. Reddit thinks this is the greatest design ever. In fact, you have this comment saying, straight men will say she's ugly. This is a reference to the fact that they don't actually like.
Alright. Chat, I'm not going to ask you guys to do any outing of yourselves if you do not wish, but I will just pose this to you guys. For any straight men in my chat, if you wish to commentate regarding this, straight men in my chat, do you find her ugly? Now, that is not to say, like, I'm not asking do you find her attractive? Would you seek her out as an attractive woman? I'm saying do you find her ugly? That's the question. Ugly. Not just okay or meh or okay, she's just not my type, but ugly. That is the question. So let's see, what have we got here? She seemed fine, just not my type. That's fine. She's alright. And I really kind of no. I wouldn't call her ugly. Don't find her particularly attractive. That's fine. Ugly, no. My type, also no. Okay. Normal. Unappealing. She's alright. So generally speaking, it's not that she's not unattractive. It's not that, like, she's not ugly. She's just not necessarily someone that you as an individual would be attracted to, but she's also not ugly the way that this keeps getting hammered home. I'd say that is an absolutely fair assessment. She's not ugly. She's not good. Plenty of people would not consider her attractive, but she's certainly not ugly. And of course, this person, fucking trans cube straight man, will say he's ugly. How about you actually, listen? These fucking activists need to actually start listening to people before they start posting these goddamn blanket statements. Seriously. These activists, I've said it before and I will continue to say this. These activists are doing more harm to the causes they supposedly champion than they're doing any kind of good. By making this statement, by flat out saying, we are going to stereotype all straight men and say that all straight men are going to say that she's ugly. In the meantime, most straight men are probably standing there going, she's not ugly. I don't find her attractive, but she's not ugly. She's fine. But you're going to get these people that are going to be waving the goddamn rainbow, pink, black, and white flag, or pink, white, and blue flag, and just stereotyping. They're doing these activists are doing precisely the same fucking thing that they accuse straight men of doing. The exact same fucking thing that they accuse straight men of doing, they do. Every single time. Every time. And yeah, Zeb, I know Rev has been saying that she's ugly, and that's why I said I disagree. That's why I've been saying right off the jump, I disagree with what Rev is saying. I don't consider her ugly. I don't. She's fine. I don't consider her attractive, which is not a terrible thing. She's her appearance is from a pretty unugly scale. It's fine. It's right in the middle. She's just fine. That's not ugly. And people like this need, this is part of it. Because people are not lauding that she's gorgeous, here's the difference. Or here's the issue. Because people are simply saying she's fine, and they're not going, yes, you're gorgeous, slay queen. Because that's not the response, and the response is simply, she's fine. It's, meh. It's okay, I guess. Because they're having that response, people like this are equating that meh kind of response to calling her ugly. That's a big part of the issue. They are moving the goalposts. So you can't just say a woman looks fine or looks like, her attractiveness is meh or middle of the road. You can't say that anymore. If you don't say she's a goddess, she's a gorgeous princess, slay queen. If you don't say that, according to these people, you're calling said woman ugly. And so they've moved the goalpost where it's either all or nothing. And that's a problem.
Women. Now, I saw that one tweet with Sydney Sweeney where a lot of guys are saying she's catfishing when she wasn't wearing makeup. Those guys are insane. If you find that unattractive, you are just, I just don't think you like women at that point. But this...
Oh! You're talking about her breasts seem uneven. Could be a rendering. It could be a rendering issue. Who knows? But yeah, she does look like a normal woman. She just has a fake head and some tats. Otherwise, yes, she looks like a normal woman, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine for her to look like a normal woman. Nothing wrong with it.
I'm gonna be real. Sorry, Reddit. I don't think the average straight guy really enjoys muscular, bald women. I don't think that's a controversial thing to say in the year 2024. If you like that, perfect. But I don't think the average straight guy prioritizes those sorts of features in a woman. That's not a very crazy thing to say, but
Again, prioritize and consider attractive? No, maybe not. Looking at that and saying, it's fine. I don't find it attractive, but it's fine. That's a whole different story. And it's literally, it's that, huge swath of middle ground, like huge swath of gray area between the two extremes that's being ignored. Where guys are going, okay, where some guys may be saying she's sexy as hell because that's their thing. Where many of them are probably just going, fine. I don't consider her attractive in my eyes, but but her appearance is fine. And yeah, this is completely disingenuous. This right here, yeah, is completely a disingenuous thing. Exactly, yeah, went from half Asian to full Asian. And, yeah, and somebody fixed her. Really?
But we also saw this tweet where someone, quote unquote, fixed this character. And yeah, it caused a lot of outrage. Literally dozens of threats towards this person, calls for all kinds of crazy stuff here. But again, I don't know. Put them next to each other and show this to the average gamer and ask them which one they would choose. I think the answer is pretty obvious. But according
yeah, it's okay. First of all, threatening someone who basically does an alteration like this is fucking stupid. People do, fan art or fan alterations of literally everything. There is a reason Rule 34 exists. And, if someone wanted to alter the character design to make her full-on Asian with full hair, that's fine, it's fan art. If they made this saying, yeah, this is who your character should have been, again, I want to reserve that kind of judgment till I can see the trailer. But
to Twitter and the vocal minority there, they're all saying this is objectively better. But anyways, a lot of people are just looking at the situation and saying, what happened to Naughty Dog? Neil Druckmann, what have you done to this company? What has happened with the direction of this company? But yeah, that is the situation. Not look.
Okay, I'm sorry. You can't compare these two. If this was Naughty Dog characters before, obviously they're completely different games. These are obviously high fantasy. This looks like it's more gray sci-fi. It's two very different games. You can't compare the two of them. It is a completely unfair comparison. This one's from Jack and Dexter? Okay. Yeah. Different art styles, different types of games, not a good comparison. It would have been better if you compared this to, say, what's it called? Nathan Drake's games. Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name of the games. Uncharted, thank you, yeah. If you want to compare this to, the Uncharted games, fine. Because the character models would have been similar. But you can't do... this is a completely unfair comparison, honestly.
Looking good for this game, which is supposed to be an entire franchise, by the way. But anyways, let's continue to the next bizarre story out of the Game Awards.
What the hell?
Announcement right here. AAA cats are here. Catly unveils the most beautiful cat MMO. How did this make it into the Game Awards? Who did they pay and how much did they pay to make this happen? This is so bizarre. Obviously, this is AI. Duh.
What the fuck is this game?
I feel if they just gave her a buzz cut, then she could just be Sanchez from Aliens and boom, problem solved.
Maybe, Revan, but don't know. We'll look at the trailer and see.
What is the point of this game exactly, right? Look at this description on Steam. A cat open world with beautiful cats, hyper realism, actions, cuddle, speed, islands, fashion, dreams, snow, robots, plants, all with and via cats.
That was a word salad. No, it doesn't say AI. But that was a fucking word salad for Catly. And Alex, I don't know if they're trying, because different developer, Stray only did okay. And by the way, Stray, the developer for Stray lost their entire team. The entire team fucking quit. From the developer who did Stray, their entire development team said fuck you and left. I forget why, but they all like abandoned the studio. This one, I don't fucking know what this is. Is this some yeah, Beats? You're not wrong. This is kind of a ChatGPT description. I don't know what the fuck this game is.
This person have a stroke while they were writing this description? What does this even mean? Did they just like pick random terms and just add them all together and then say with cats? Like, this is very bizarre, but you look at their tweets regarding this game that they're promoting here, Catly, the official Catly account, showing off here. You can see they have 283 likes with 6.3 million views. I think if that happened to me on Twitter, I'd just pack it up.
Well,
that'd be it. There's no way. That is just brutal. The amount of likes versus views.
Yeah, you know what I think? You know what I think it is, Kevin? I think they were I think when they did this, they're hoping to try and tag the algorithm. They tried to throw out as many buzzwords as possible to try and tag in the algorithm to get people to basically promote it in the feed. Yeah, Revan, I was kind of thinking along those lines. It's like an attempt to bring a Nintendogs thing back. That might be the idea, is to basically do a new cat version of Nintendogs.
There's no way. That is just brutal. The amount of likes versus views, and all the comments are just ripping this game and whatever studio's developing this apart. And all the hidden replies are people pointing out this is likely made with AI. I don't think that's really a jump here. A big
Probably not.
conclusion to make. Sometimes we see art and stuff on Twitter where it's really hard to tell if it's actually AI, since a lot of these programs are getting pretty good. But this is just like, come on, dude. Like, be for real here. But the next story here involves the Game of the Year winner, which this year was Astrobot. Now, basically, there's only two reactions to this, okay? There's people happy that Astrobot won, and then there's people who are saying Black Myth Wukong got snubbed. It pretty much depends on who you are.
That's what I've been saying too. Is some people are like fucking thrilled that Astrobot won Game of the Year. What? Oh, what do you mean? Refin, didn't Astrobot only like come out this year? I thought Astrobot came out at like the beginning of this year. Didn't it? Or am I wrong about that? Yeah, it's like Astrobot was a new game. No, I didn't think so, Revan. Now, the design, especially this, makes you think it was Eevee from WALL-E, and then they also did these little like AI bot kind of like novelty things. I forget what they were called, but they had these little tiny little AI bots that you could get. And they had the same facial design. I can't even remember what they're called. There's been like several iterations of them. But the mascot is old. Okay, I'd never even heard about the mascot before. There was a test thing from PlayStation that had it. Okay, so they did like an alpha but then the actual game launched this year. Okay. But yeah, like I've never played Astrobot. I've never played Black Myth Wukong either. So I don't have an opinion. Like I personally don't have an opinion on if any of the games should have won Game of the Year because I have not. There's very few games that have launched in the last year that are any good. I've heard a lot of people really enjoyed Astrobot. Great. I've heard a lot of people loved Black Myth Wukong. Fantastic. Should Astrobot have won over Black Myth Wukong? Don't know. Honestly, don't fucking care. Let's be honest here. The Video Game Awards means precisely dick. And people need to start figuring this the fuck out before they start wigging out over what game actually won Game of the Year. Just because a game wins Game of the Year does not mean a fucking thing in terms of how successful it is and how much you as the individual enjoy it. The Game Awards don't mean a thing when it comes to that. The Game Awards don't mean a thing to it shouldn't mean anything to anybody. The Game Awards should be a novelty, not any kind of metric gauge of how good or successful a game is. They used to, Alex. They're not anymore. Award shows writ large are meaningless now. Video Game Awards, Oscars, Emmys, Tonys, they are all meaningless. They mean absolutely nothing. I have not watched an award show. I watched the VTuber Awards on Saturday just on the luck. I just tuned in just to see how the production was and and I happened to actually tune in during the 2 segments where I kind of like, okay, that sucks. I kind of wish I'd been nominated for that, but I didn't. But realistically, who wins these awards, and especially in terms of games, is meaningless. Plenty of people played Astrobot and enjoyed it, and the game itself was very successful. Plenty of people played Black Myth Wukong and enjoyed it, and the game was very successful. There's your reward. There is your reward. Both games were very successful. They both made shit tons of money, and it is incentivized the studios to keep doing more games like it. There's your reward. The money in the bet. The fact that Astrobot won Game of the Year and Black Myth Wukong didn't, who fucking cares? Who cares? Did you play Black Myth Wukong and not play Astrobot, and did you enjoy Black Myth Wukong? If the answer is yes, boom. Then why do you care if Astrobot won? Does Astrobot winning Game of the Year cause you to have enjoyed Black Myth Wukong any less? If the answer is yes, then you need to take a hard look at yourself. Because then you're not playing a game for the enjoyment of the game. You're playing a game to try and stick it to someone. Because you're hoping that your purchase will boost that game in terms of rankings and hopefully win an award. That's it. Who wins any particular award is meaningless. And the sooner people realize that this is just a fun, stupid little thing that actually has no bearing on if you enjoy a game or not, the better off we'll be. Point blank. Stop basing any enjoyment you have on if a game wins an award.
It's going to be one of those 2 camps you're going to fall into. And I understand the Black Myth Wukong fans feeling like they got snubbed here, but of all the games that I got beaten out by, at least it was Astrobot. It wasn't like Veilguard or some other slop that was being pushed by the industry. But the weird thing to come out of this is that Chinese players in retaliation are review bombing Baldur's Gate 3.
Huh.
Yeah. Interesting choice. So
Yeah.
basically, what I would assume happened here
Why?
is that these Chinese fans are mad that Wukong lost because it was developed by a Chinese studio, and Astrobot is not on Steam, so they found a different target. Basically, Baldur's Gate 3 caught some strays here for seemingly no reason. Like, this unironically sucks. Like, this, what did Baldur's Gate 3 do?
This is just fucking stupid. This is just a bunch of petty ass butthurt gamers over in China. That, here's the thing also. They're not doing any favors for Black Myth Wukong. Well, no, Alex, why give it to Veilguard when, if they gave it to Veilguard, it would have been a situation of just leave it alone, it's already dead. Yeah, like, do they think, they probably don't care, but it's like, this isn't benefiting Black Myth Wukong in any way. Do these gamers that just review bomb Baldur's Gate 3 think that it's going to make a difference? Yeah, remember how I said that we're seeing extremes on both sides of this equation? This is that other side of the equation, that people where they're getting some perceived slight, and so they're attacking a game that's not even involved. Rather, who knows, maybe they did do it for social credit points. For all we know, the Chinese government may have said, okay, we need to retaliate because the game that our people made got rejected, so for social credit points, review bomb this game or something. Who the fuck knows? But this is, again, the crazy, stupid shit coming from the other side. We're used to seeing it coming from one side, the DEI crazy people. Now we're seeing it coming from the other side, the I don't even know what the fuck you call these ones other than morons, but we're seeing it coming from the other side. So, and again, they're getting pissed off about something that does not matter. Unless the CCP promised everybody that if Black Myth Wukong wins Game of the Year, they're gonna get like X amount of social credit points because Black Myth Wukong won. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, damn it, I just don't know. This is just stupid. Flat out, it's just
to
stupid.
Deserve a dislike bombing because of this Game of the Year competition. It's totally irrelevant. They just found another game to go after, and it happens to be one that is a very big hit among people and very well respected, and now it's getting dislike bombed for absolutely no reason. Just very bizarre stuff. But as we're talking about Game of the Year here, I really enjoyed this section. I'm glad Craig shared this. It's a conversation about like what makes a game a good game, and this man's going to be sitting here telling us what constitutes Game of the Year. What studio? He talked to an oracle, and this is what the oracle had to say about the characteristics of the studio who developed this year's Game of the Year.
The oracle told me that the Game of the Year 2025 was going to be made by a studio who found the formula to make it up here on stage. It's stupidly simple, but somehow it keeps on getting lost. Studio made their game because they wanted to make a game that they wanted to play themselves. They created it because it hadn't been created before. They didn't make it to increase market share. They didn't make it to serve as a brand. They didn't have to meet arbitrary sales targets or fear being laid off if they didn't meet those targets. And furthermore, the people in charge forbade them from cramming the game with anything whose only purpose was to increase revenue and didn't serve the game design. They didn't treat their developers like numbers on a spreadsheet. They didn't treat their players as users to exploit.
I am fucking amazed that this man's mic didn't get cut off. I am fucking amazed that he was actually able to say this on stage at the VGAs and his mic didn't have a malfunction. Because this is exactly what every fucking gamer on the planet has been screaming for years by now. They've been saying this for fucking years. To just make a game that's fun.
And they didn't make decisions, they knew were short-sighted in function of a bonus or politics. They knew that if you put the game and the team first, the revenue will follow. They were driven by idealism and wanted players to have fun. And they realized that if the developers didn't have fun, nobody was going to have any fun.
Wow. Did you guys hear that? That is the very complicated formula on making a good game that's going to generate a lot of revenue. Give gamers what they want. Make something gamers want. Make something new, innovative, something that's fun for you, something that you enjoy working on and playing yourself, and also making decisions that are not about bottom line or...
Okay. Slight problem. We are all, Reds, and all of us here were just going, yeah, what the fuck? This is fucking basic. Here's the problem. There is a problem that may not have been considered in the statement. The people making these games that have flopped so fucking hard, that are made with an agenda, because he's talking about don't do cram or anything like that. That was 10 years ago, was when they were cramming their devs with the game when they were doing crunch time. They talk about treat your devs like they're not on the numbers on a spreadsheet, etc., etc. And play and make a game that you as the dev would want to play. Here's the problem. Games like Dustborn, games like Dragon Age Veilguard, games like Assassin's Creed Shadows. These are games being made by developers that actually do want to play these games. So there's a flaw in the logic. In that if you hire developers who care more about playing a game that is driven by agenda instead of fun, this speech is not going to make a difference. This ideology of create a game that's fun doesn't work because the devs are making a game. The devs that are making these DEI fest games are making is making the game they want to play. So it's not simply a matter of make the game that the devs want to play and have fun. It's also hire devs that actually want to have fun and not push an agenda. That is the most simple metric you can go by. Beyond what was said here, bring in developers and storytellers that are folk that want to make a game that's enjoyable and not driven by agenda. Because even if you follow the metric that this guy is saying, but you're bringing in developers and storytellers that are themselves driven by agenda, to them that's fun. That's the problem. You have to do this, but you also have to do that. You can't do one or the other. You have to do both. That's the key to succeed.
Inserting something to get a bonus or to share your politics, just make something fun.
Falcon, this modern crowd, are they here with us right now? Do you see the modern crowd now? What is the modern crowd saying? Are they saying anything? And yes, I'm fucking with you, Falcon. I know we're on the same page. Don't worry. I'm only messing with you. It's the joke.
And the revenue will come with it. I know, mind-shattering, but this is the simple lesson that is what makes games successful. And it's so crazy to see all these studios ignore this and ironically chase money and agenda and all sorts of things, and then they end up losing all their money anyways. It's a complete joke. But there's a couple more things we want to talk about here. Content Creator of the Year was announced, and the winner was Queso, which not too surprising, but of course, Pecora heads, we lost. Unfortunate time, and someone please check on Hideo Kojima. The man is not doing well, but in case you didn't know, he's a huge Pecora fan, but yeah. Wish she won, but it is what it is. I'm just glad she was nominated in the first place, to be honest with you. But there's one other thing I'm going to cover that happened in the Game Awards.
Okay.
This is very bizarre. One of many bizarre things that have happened, but this is a crazy thread. If you want to check out this full thread, it's quite long. But basically, this individual points out that the Game Awards featured a wildly insincere moment they called the Game Changers Award. And this man would go on stage. Now, I have this shortened kind of TLDR from Madam Savvy here, where basically this guy who was presented as like this humble nobody.
Wait, I think I heard about this. Is this the guy who is just like, I just want to do right by people and I want to help people, and he's actually like a director over at Tencent? That's what like he's purporting himself to be like a YouTuber, and he's like really fucking high up in Tencent. Like supposedly he's a YouTuber that like made himself out to be a YouTuber that was trying to help people get ahead with in the game industry or something like that. He was acting like he's a good old boy, nothing special, and he's actually like Andrew is a VP. Okay, I knew he was really high up in Tencent. I wasn't sure where, but yeah, he's actually an executive in Tencent. Okay, this I heard about.
In the scene is actually an executive at Tencent, and on top of that, he is basically in charge of acquisitions, IP acquisitions. So what he does is he comes in, helps acquire these companies, and then typically what follows is massive layoffs, thousands of people losing their jobs. This guy is an enemy of everyone in that room, and they were all applauding him. Whether it's ignorance or they're just that brainwashed or feel like they don't have a choice, it's a very bizarre thing to see. I don't know why they pulled this off, because it was so strange, and people figured out who this guy was pretty quickly, and that he's not just some humble guy. He's the guy who is trashing and helped trashing the industry and making these giant monoliths of companies and running people from the industry out of a job. It's just a very bizarre thing. But overall, that was the Game Awards of 2024. There's some other stuff that happened, but I just want to hit those key ones right there. And for now, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Alright, I want to see the trailer for that game that Rev was talking about at the beginning. What was it called?
Ratio overtook the like rate.
Okay. Intergalactic. Alright. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, chat, because I'm actually gonna try and actually put this on YouTube, I am going to mute the audio for... I'm gonna mute the audio for the browser. I'm gonna keep the audio. I'm gonna be able to hear the audio, but you guys are not, just so this way I can actually put it on YouTube and not have my channel nuked from orbit. So, if you guys want to follow along, I will give you a moment. You can look this up on YouTube. If you want to follow along, I'm just gonna let it play through. I will not pause it. I'm not gonna pause it. I'm gonna let it play through. So if you guys want to watch along, I will give you a moment to, to bring it up. I may comment while it's playing, because you're not gonna have any background sound here, and then we'll discuss at the end. So let's take a look, see what it is. I cannot fucking read that. I cannot read a fucking word of that. Oh, the suffering of generations must be endured to achieve our divine end. Okay, ancient Semperian scripture. Okay. Oh! Graphically, this thing looks pretty good. I like those graphics. That's pretty nice. Is that the moon? Oh, we're in a galaxy far, far away, I'm guessing. Porsche! Oh my god, they have a Porsche. Oh, anime! Oh, sweet! Okay, that looked cool. Alright. So here's the supposed ugly character. Shave your head, okay? Graphically, this still looks good. Okay, so she had hair, it looks like, and made the decision to shave her head. Okay. Eh, eh, Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. I'm not seeing a problem here. She's a bounty hunter. Okay. I'm not seeing a problem. Yeah. Okay. And now we're seeing emotion where she's unsure. Like, I am not seeing a problem here. I'm not seeing any problems here. She wasn't overly like girl bossy. She was acting tough, but she's not acting girl bossy. Pet Shop Boys, okay. Nice jams. I love the graphics. If this is close to what the game is gonna look like, the graphics are great. But you know what? Yeah, I'm not seeing a problem here. I'm really not. Like, and honestly, I'm not even seeing girl boss either. I didn't get okay. I understand you guys didn't hear the dialogue because I had it muted, but she wasn't girl bossing because she was being tough, yeah. But notice when the call ends, I wanna explicit like she's a bounty hunter. She was this person wasn't her handler. This person was like an agent contracting out bounty hunters, and she's like, I want this job. And she's trying to say like this is this agent is saying this is stupid, this is nobody has left that planet in 600 years, the people that go never come back, this is you need to try and wait till it's this person leaves to get him. And she's saying no, I want to go get him, give me the contract. And she does. And then right here, okay, she's just received the contract. She just got what she wanted. Look at this expression. Do you see the look of, oh shit, what have I got myself into? That is an expression of, okay, I just got what I wanted. Holy fuck, what did I just get myself into? It is a look of doubt. She's not girl bossing. She's not being like, yeah, this trailer alone, I see no issues. I see no issues with this trailer. Everything that Rev was talking about in his video, I not see. Character design's fine. She shaved her head, big fucking deal. She's a bounty hunter. She's presenting a tough exterior, but the minute that the person that's on the phone with her hangs up after she fought to get that contract, she had to be tough to get the contract. Now she's like, oh shit, what did I get into? I'm not seeing a problem. Like, from the trailer alone. Now, this is one trailer. I have no idea if we're going to get more that's going to give us more indicators. But I will say flat out, this singular trailer, I don't have a problem with. I have absolutely zero problems with that trailer. I think it's just fine. The graphics look pretty good. Yeah, and Zeb, you're right. It is people reading into it. No, Mouse, I don't think it's too many red flags. I think it's perceived red flags. That's the problem. People are so gun-shy when it comes to the games industry because the games industry has shoved so much DEI shit at gamers for the last 10 years that they are they are over-hyperly aware of anything they might even perceive as being DEI. And so they're looking for DEI where it may not actually exist because they've been burned before. I'm not gonna criticize people for doing this because it's understandable that they've done this. Gamers been burned so much for the last decade. And so yes, they're looking for, okay, this looks good. Where's the trick? They're looking for the trick. They're looking for where's the DEI hiding in here because they've been doing it to us for 10 years. It's got to be in there somewhere. So they're gun shy about any game that looks like it could be good from a well-known company because it's all the well-known companies that are doing this. They're like, where's the sign that this is gonna be shit? Unfortunately, and I'm gonna flat out say, I saw absolutely nothing wrong with this teaser trailer, and it is just a teaser trailer. Nothing jumped out to me like I should be concerned this is going to be a DEI fest. Absolutely nothing about it. The character model was not uglified. No matter how much people want to try and preach this, she was not uglified. She looks tough because she's supposed to be a tough bounty hunter. That's why she has a shaved head. They filled out her face a little bit more than what the actress looks like because she's supposed to be a tough badass. But they also showed in the trailer, again, vulnerability, doubts, fear and self-doubts about her own capabilities. Yes, absolutely hold your opinion until you actually see the gameplay because we're only getting a trailer here. But this is not the DEI shitstorm people are screaming that it is. It's not, flat out. I'm gonna flat say this is not the DEI problem that everybody and like Rev were making it out to be. It's simply not. Not by this trailer alone. The trailer was fine. Graphically, it looks really good. The concept is very interesting. The character, but because I saw that change from confident, cocky, kick-ass girl to, oh shit, what am I getting into? Because in this trailer, I actually could see that change that actual change in emotion on her face that says she's not like a badass, like a Mary Sue badass, like she's got like doubts that she can handle something like this, has me interested. It does. I am interested. And I look forward to seeing more trailers and more information on this. Will it turn out to be a DEI shitstorm? Certainly. Absolutely possible. It could be. But based on this one trailer alone, I'm not even anywhere close to being able to be prepared to say that this is going to be a DEI problem. I'm not even close.